Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to Cub Scout Live. Sherry, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, Aaron?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Aaron. Sherry is a longtime volunteer. We appreciate all of her work and all of the work that our volunteers at the national level do. Sherry has prepared a special show for you all today. I think you're really going to enjoy. This is a great idea. Cub Chat Live has come a long way since the beginning, and Sherry and her team, Tamara, Anthony, all those folks do such a great job coming up with topics. All I have to do is show up around 2 p.m. Central Time, Sherry, on Fridays, and it's just done, which is great. Sherry's going to explain to you guys what's going on today, but I want to give a quick shout out to the folks who have already in the comments. We're just seconds into the show. Rusty, congratulations. Rusty was here 15 minutes early. Thank you, Rusty. Scouter, Mrs. Edens, you were only here 10 minutes early. I don't know. I mean, we do it. No, I'm kidding. Thank you. We appreciate. Shout out to Pack 19 in Auburn. What's up, Douglas from Pack 3310 in Akron? Fred, good to see you. Hey, Steve. Hey, Dawn. Thank you guys for joining us already on the show. Appreciate this. Sherry, you guys came up with a really cool idea for our show today. Why don't you tell the folks what we're going to be talking about?
Okay. You know, we decided that we wanted to share with you guys what elective adventures have been pretty popular since we rolled out the new program. Now, for those of you that may not be familiar with adventures, what they are they're a set of activities that the Cub Scouts will do to earn, to complete an adventure. And then when they complete it, they do so many adventures. They do 6 required and 2 that are electives. And then that's how they earn their badge of rank. Now, there are 6 required adventures. Everybody has to do those. And those do kind of build on each other from rank to rank, or from rank to rank, so that there may be some things that you learn a little bit about how to do it when you're a lion. Then you can take you do the next adventure as a tiger, and you're going to learn a little bit more. So, so there are a lot of themes like that where we do build on each other. But these elective adventures, I think, are super fun because they span the gamut from just all kinds of different topics. There's coin collecting in there. There's just all kinds of things that are available for our kids to do and to learn. And I love that because let's say you have a leader. If you're a leader, you might not know anything about this particular topic over here. So, okay, if the kids want to do that, then we need to find a parent who can, who might have the knowledge. Or you can just say, you know what, we're not going to give them that option. We're gonna pick something that I know about or that I feel like I can help with. So that's one of the things that I think is great about this set of elective adventures that we have.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. We've got quite a few people who have just tuned in. Appreciate you guys joining us. What's up, Craig and Billy and Justin, Jennifer, Julie? Good to see Wendy again. Our good friend Tamara. Hi, Sherry Smother in short, and Aaron, and behind the scenes, Brian. This is going to be such a fun show. I agree, Tamara. The only thing better than having Tamara on the show is having Tamara in the comments. We appreciate that very much. Yeah, this is really cool. And we've talked on this show a lot, Sherry, over the years about how the Cub Scouting team and really all of the teams in Scouting America use actual real data to make
Hmm.
decisions. And so this show is not based on a hunch, right? And what we
Right.
feel like this show is based on the actual data that shows which elective adventures are the most popular. Now, what is really kind of fun about today's show is that Sherry has come up with a really unique way to present this. She didn't
Uh-huh.
just throw together a PowerPoint with a bunch of text. She came up with, our Cub Scout volunteers are so creative, and Sherry is a great example of that. And we're going to go through some slides here in just a minute that
Yeah.
kind of shows off Sherry's creativity. But as we get started, guys, just so you know, we're going to need some audience participation here.
Yes,
We're not just going to read
definitely.
off the list. Yeah, Sherry, how
Right.
would you like for this to work?
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to go back to your comment about using data. And that's one of the things that I love is that we are using, we're not just making stuff up. And
Right.
so when we came up with the idea to do the most popular electives, we actually looked at which which electives had the most that were earned the most. So
Right.
we took all the Cub Scouts out there. We said, okay, how many earned this one? How many earned this one? How many earned this one? So it actually is based on data. Um, so here's how we're going to do this. We are going to have an emoji adventure challenge. Now,
Mm.
I'm probably, aging myself just a little bit here. But I love emojis, but I tend to use the laughing emoji. I probably use that more than anything. I use the heart emoji, and then, occasionally I'll use the smiley or the caring. So I'm not up on all the emojis that are
I'm
out,
not. I'm
but
not either, Sherry. I'm not either.
it's a whole new alphabet for
It
us.
is. It's like a whole other language. Yes.
Yes, definitely. So we're going to play this challenge here, and I want to start. And Brian, if you can go ahead and show us the first slide. How many of you guys have seen this? This is the Emoji Scout Law. This actually came from Scout Life, but I'd love to hear if you've seen this before. Throw a hello or a yes in the
Yep.
comments there.
Let us know in the comments if you have. I think we've shown this on the show before. I think, Sherry, at some point in the last couple of years. But yeah, I'm in the same situation as you are with emojis. I'm pretty basic with my emoji use. But
Right.
what I've learned and what I'm learning as we look at the presentation Sherry has put together for us,
Uh-huh.
there's an emoji for everything.
There is.
Rusty's seen this, Doug's seen this, Wendy, DJ's coming at us with an emoji himself. Thank you, DJ. Appreciate that. Yeah, this is great. The Emoji
So
Scout Law. I don't know exactly who the author of this was. I don't know if behind the scenes, Brian, he might be able to message me and let me know behind the scenes if he knows.
I,
But
I
yeah,
think I think they allowed people to vote on which emojis would represent which point of
okay,
the Scout Law. So
okay.
again, this was kind of a data sort of thing. This is how many people that like the lock and key for trustworthy. So um, anyway, so we've got the Scout Law here, and again, we're using emojis. And the first thing that we're going to do, well, let me tell you this. First of all, we said this started out to be a show about the top 10 elective adventures, and the data that I got gave me the top 4 for each rank. So we're going to learn more than just the top 10. I think that was at 24. If
Yep.
I'm counting the number of ranks right, that's 24. We're going to learn about the top 24 today. And so, how this is going to work is that I'm going to show you an emoji combo that represents the. Oh, look at that! I love that, Douglas. Thank you. Um, but I'm going to show you y'all. We need to come up with our own. Um, like we could probably use an arrow for the arrow of light, but we need to come up with our own little emoji for Weebelows.
There you
I
go.
think that's our
Yep.
challenge. We need to come up with that.
There you go.
Um,
All
our own custom emoji.
right. Mhm.
But what I'm going to do is show you guys emojis, and I want you in the comments to tell me your guess as to what it is. And the first correct person that comes up with it, we're gonna give you a little shout out, and then
Mhm.
we're going to do a fun after each one. We're going to do a little bit of a fun fact about that particular adventure. So, but we're going to start with a speed round. Now I'm going to show you, or Brian will in just a second show you the top 2 adventures that showed up in almost every single rank. And so, and I'd be it'll we'll see how many of you guys get it and how quickly you can get it. So type your answers. There's 2, so put a 1 in the answer and put a 2 in the answer. Brian, you can go ahead and switch it over to the first one.
All right, folks, we have entered the speed round of the competition, Sherry. So let's just be clear here. What we're looking at are emojis that describe Cub Scout adventures that our
Yes.
data shows are the most popular. And we need
Yes.
you guys in the comments. And what's the goal here to interpret both of these?
Both of them, yes. And Dawn Shire, I think is how you pronounce your name. She said the first one was race time, and that's absolutely true.
Race,
And then,
time, brilliant.
yeah, and then Douglas came in a close second on that, and then Dawn came in with number 2, which is let's camp. So we got a campfire and a tent. So that's all about camping.
Awesome,
All righty.
awesome job, folks. Yeah, we got a lot of folks in the comments chiming in with answers to this one. Very, very good. So that tells what can you
Yes.
tell us about these adventures, Sherry?
Well, the first one, like I think and I'm so glad they made this an adventure, but
Right?
almost every pack out there does the Pinewood Derby, which I love because it's just it's that's such an iconic Cub Scouting activity. You know,
Right.
people know they may not know much about Cub Scouts, but they mostly heard of the Pinewood Derby.
Yep.
So every single rank that was the number one, or not the number, I'm sorry, not the number one, that showed up in the top 4 of every single rank. And again, it's just such an iconic activity. And
Makes
then
sense.
Let's
That would
Camp.
be one of the more popular
Again,
ones,
that's
right?
another. Exactly, exactly.
Right.
It's a Cub Scout staple, and it showed up in 4 out of the 6 ranks. I was a little surprised by that. The Arrow of Light, it didn't surprise me that it didn't show up in the top 4 for Arrow of Light because a lot of those kids are doing their camp out. I think they're camping out as part of maybe Bobcat. I can't remember. Tamara can probably tell us. Um,
Mhm.
so, um, so that makes sense. And I don't. Hang on just a second. I'll tell y'all the one that it did not show up in. It did not show up in Bear, I believe. Yeah, it
Okay.
didn't show up in Bear, so that surprised me a little bit.
It'll be interesting.
Okay,
They'll monitor that trend. It'll be interesting to see if that's just kind of a fluke, right? Or if that continues.
right.
That's a part of
E
what our Cub Scout team does. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. Okay, so now after these 2, what I did was I divided these up into categories. I'm not gonna tell you what the categories are because that would give it away, but we're gonna show you these one at a time, for each thing in the category.
And
So,
let me just say
uh-huh,
real quick, Sherry, behind the scenes, Brian, do me a favor. You put up the URL for Cub Scout Adventures earlier. I'm going to allow our audience to consult that URL for this in order to participate. Guys, there you go. You click on that
yeah.
URL. You will have you might be a smart strategy if you're at a computer. Have that up in one screen. But sorry,
Yeah.
Sherry, go ahead. Yes.
Oh, no, that's quite all right, and yeah, you can absolutely use your notes to
Yes.
take this test today.
Right. Right.
Um, okay, so I wanna see if you can catch the ones in this first category. They're all about outdoor fun and patience and maybe just a little bit of luck. Okay, behind the scenes, Brian, show me the next one.
She's already given us a clue. Just what she said just there was a clue.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I love it. Guess
Okay, if
this
when you know
tiger
this one.
adventure, folks. Guess this tiger adventure. Yeah, I think I know what this one is. Let's give the folks just a few
Yep,
minutes
give them a
to.
little bit of
Yep,
time.
yep.
Up,
Oh, there.
Carrie Martin,
I think
fish
Terry was
on.
first,
Absolutely right.
yeah, then it starts coming in. Good guys, good job,
Yep.
folks.
So we got some let's fish, but this is actually fish on for tigers.
Yep, yep, yep.
Um,
Close, close.
Close.
The
Yes, it was
tiger
very
one, the
close.
tiger fishing adventure is technically called Fish On. Good job, guys.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. So, tigers love this. So this was one of the top ones. And
Makes
again, this
sense.
is one of those things I'm so glad we made it as an adventure. And I think before we had it in the requirements for maybe one of the ranks, but now we've got it, where it's in almost all of them.
Yep. Yep. And it's
Okay.
not surprising, Sherry. I think fishing, we've all known what a popular activity. It's so kind of reassuring and to think about in today's world with all the technology,
Right.
fishing is still super duper duper popular. Cub Scout age kids love fishing. So I'm not surprised that this one's
Exactly.
popular at all.
Exactly. I wish I had looked up the picture of my little tiger when he's starting graduate school this now,
Okay.
and but
All right.
I have a picture of him holding his little fish that he caught on his I think it was his very first Cub Scout camp
There
out.
you
So
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Very
yeah,
cool.
it just
Very
makes
cool.
me smile when I think
Yeah.
about that. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All righty, let's go to the next one.
All right.
What is this wolf adventure?
We've changed ranks here. Everybody tap into
Yep.
your wolf adventure database, either in your mind or we allow
Or
folks to go to the
yep.
website. Yep, yep. What is the name of this wolf adventure? Let's give the folks just a couple of minutes. Oh, we've got
Yep.
some guesses coming in. Sherry, well, how do they look?
Ashley and I think it was Douglas and Carrie and Dawn all came up with a wolf goes fishing. So yes, that is absolutely what it is.
Either some folks know these by heart or they're faster clickers than I am because they're getting them faster than I can get them. So I am impressed either way, either with
Yep,
your mental callback or your clicking abilities. Either one is fine. You're not
exactly.
required as a Cub Scout leader to remember every name of every adventure. So I think it's fine
Right.
if you go and look it up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good job,
Um,
guys.
but again, to your point, Aaron, this I love this adventure because it does get him outdoors. Oh, Carrie taught all the fishing adventures at day camp. That's
All right,
awesome, Carrie.
Carrie, nice work. Thank you. Yeah,
Yes, awesome.
very
Oh,
cool.
Okay, we are going to go on to the next one behind the scenes, Brian, and this is Webelos.
I'm noticing a theme in these first three. I'm
Yep,
noticing some consistencies. And by the way, everybody, I'm kind of I saw this presentation before the show, but I purposefully did not go through it all because I'm learning these at the same time you are. So I did not get any advance notice
yep.
of this one. It looks like well,
Julie's
Julie and
got it,
Dan. Yep.
and catch the big one. Yep,
I want to give a
awesome.
and I want to give a quick shout. I don't know which member of your team or the team, Sherry, came up with these names for the adventures. Good job.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know who it was either, to be honest with you, but
okay.
yes, they are.
I'm a word guy during my day job when
Uh-huh,
I'm not doing these videos. So I have a
uh-huh.
big appreciation for the sort of the puns and the catchphrases that have made these or that are these actual names of the
Right,
adventures. Catch the big
right.
one. Good job, everybody. Wow. Are you? I mean, I
Yes,
shouldn't be
awesome.
surprised. Our viewers are brilliant. I shouldn't be
Yep,
surprised they're doing so good at this. Yep.
yeah. And can Brian, can you pull up Fred's comment? He says if our council has a fishing committee, you can reach out to them to assist with the fishing adventures. And and that's great because maybe you're in a pack that doesn't have any, that there's not a family who are big fishermen. It
Right.
would be great to have somebody like that who could help out.
We could
So
probably
thank you
do a
for
whole
that
show on
idea,
that, Fred.
Fred.
That's a great point because when we recruit kids, recruiting night is coming up here for some folks in just a few weeks or next month. You're going to talk about fishing, and then once the year starts,
Yep.
you're like, okay, now we got to go fishing. So yeah, go reach
Yeah.
out to your council. They can help you out, and there's the way local resources they can connect you with. Great comment, Fred. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Thanks. So yes, Webelos kind of took it up with the catch the big one.
Yep.
So fishing adventures were definitely popular, and which I think is awesome. Um, who ha those of you who are here, if you've have you done a fishing adventure with your kids? I think who was it? Was it Carrie? Yeah, Carrie said we know she has because she taught them all at day camp. But who else has done that? Drop a little fish emoji in the comments if you've
Yeah.
done fishing with your
It's
pack.
it's emoji day today. Yeah. So drop a
Yes,
fishing
it
emoji
is.
or
Yes, it
something
is.
to let us know that you've done some sort of fishing activity with your pack or your den. Very, very cool.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Uh,
There's Dawn says
Dawn's got a
she has.
fish.
Yep,
Yep,
good job.
yep.
Dawn's on YouTube.
Rusty,
Rusty has. Yep. Uh,
Kara, awesome.
Sarah didn't drop an emoji, but I think that's a good comment from Sarah. They got help from the Department of Natural Resources in
Oh,
their area, which is great. Organizations like that are eager to get kids outside. They share a lot of the same in
right.
goals as Scouting America. Good job, Rob. Good job, Ashley. Oh
This is
yeah,
great. Who
look at
was
all
it?
these. Yeah, this is awesome.
Scouter Mrs. Eden said they have a Father's Day
I can't think of a better way
fishing
to
day.
spend Father's Day. I would do
I
it.
know, that's
Absolutely. Yes.
awesome. And
Yes.
if you think about it, Father's Day's in June, so that would count as one of the things
Mhm.
for the summertime
Right.
adventure.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Speaking of,
that's awesome.
yeah,
That's awesome.
exactly. Yes.
Okay, so we're going to switch categories now, and the next set is all about skills and safety. Can you handle these sharp clues? All righty, Brian,
You
show us the first
see,
one.
you see what she's doing there, guys. She's giving
Yeah,
you little hints.
yes.
Sherry is brilliant. I love it. She's giving you guys little hints. Pay attention to the words that are coming out of her mouth because she's giving you a little hints. Can you
Just
guys guess
just a
the
little.
name of this bear adventure?
Yes.
What was your description again, Sherry?
My description was these popular adventures are all about skills and safety. Can
Okay.
you handle these sharp clues?
And it looks like,
And we've
based on our
already got
comments, some
that.
of them can. Yep, yep,
Yeah. I think Scouter Mrs. Edens, I said, was the first one. Yay. Thank
yep,
you.
yep. Good
Douglas.
job, Doug.
Okay.
Good job,
Now,
Ashley.
yep.
Good job, Dawn and Julie. Both got it. Very, very cool.
Yep.
Yeah, the back in my day, it was called the Whittling Chip.
Right.
Some of you are probably familiar with that. It is now an elective adventure. Another one of those things, a pocket knife, right? Such a crucial tool for
Right.
kids to learn how to use. Yeah. Any thoughts on this adventure, Sherry?
It is teaching the responsibility and just the basic carving skills. And again, with a pocket knife. And I think because in the past, when we had the wheeling chip, bears were the ones who were doing that, were earning that. And I think, if especially kids who might have older brothers and sisters who went through the program, and they're I think they're just eager. Oh, I get to carry a pocket knife, and
Yep.
that's because of that. I love the fact that we spend so much time talking about the safety part of this, because again, there's, you nobody wants anybody's finger to get cut off.
Yep.
Let's just be honest there. And so this is an awesome way, I think, to introduce our kids to using a knife, and particularly a pocket knife.
Yep. Yep. Always a very, very, I'm not surprised that so far we've had fishing and pocket knife related adventures as our most popular
Mhm.
ones. That seems
Yes.
tracks about right to me. But
Yep.
again, you guys don't just do what seems right. You guys look at the actual data. These are not just guesses. This is based
Right.
on the number of scouts who have actually earned these elective adventures.
Exactly. Exactly. All righty. Let's pull up the next one. See how many of you can get it without even having to check your cheat
Yep.
sheet there.
Yeah, bonus points if you don't have to check the cheat sheet. I personally am going to check the cheat sheet. I'm going to do it right now as we're on the air. Let's see if I can get to it first or not. And I did not get to it first. I've been beaten out.
Yep. Rob looks like he's the first one.
Oh,
Congrats, Rob.
Rob.
It is
Nice
Chef's
work,
knife.
Rob.
Yep.
Good job. I'm proud of you,
So
Rob.
we got our little chef there, and then we've
Finally,
got our
Rob
chef's
contributes
knife.
something to the show. Good job, Rob.
Yep. Julie said cooking something. Yeah, that was close. That was close.
We'll count. It
Now,
counts. It counts.
yeah, yeah. So this adventure moves like the knife training beyond just what we would use in the outdoors, which is the pocket knife, and into the kitchen, where they learn about the different kinds of knives and their different uses. And I love the fact that this is expanded to include that, because you want to teach your kids to cook, and you want to make sure that they know how to safely use all the tools that they might use. So having this knife safety, I'm sorry, the chef's knife is just a way to expand that beyond just using a pocket knife out in the wild. As a matter of fact, I would argue that this is probably a little bit more important, because they're probably going to use a kitchen knife more often than they'll use a pocket knife.
Yeah, I agree. I
So,
love how this sort of takes those skills and applies them to everyday uses of things they're going to use
right.
as scouts when they come Scouts PSA members, right? And then on even into, boy, how many college kids do you wish could use a kitchen knife, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm having a kid who's starting graduate school, and a kid who is starting his sophomore year in college. And I'm in these college parents Facebook groups, and y'all, if you
Right?
want to be, yeah,
It's
just you should
crazy.
have some of the things that these kids can't do, or some of the things that the parents want. Yeah, it's just
It's
crazy.
crazy.
So,
We could do a
yes.
whole show on that too, Sherry.
Exactly, and I tell you, that's one of the things. Both of my boys are Eagle Scouts, yay, I'm super proud of them, but I
Mhm.
feel like that a lot of what they learned in scouting, from Cub Scouts all the way through Scouts BSA, it prepared them to be an adult
Yeah,
because of things like this. So I love
absolutely.
the fact that, that they were in scouting, and that it just prepares them. So, alrighty.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do the last one in this category.
So you guys are probably catching on to the pattern here. The
Yeah,
first three that Sherry showed us were fishing related. This is number 6 overall. The last
right.
three have been related. You can probably guess the theme. This is the Arrow of Light adventure going on with this same theme.
And
Okay.
Scouter Mrs. Eden's
And
got
Scout
it
and Mrs.
first.
Eden. She's been
Knife
Scout and Mrs.
safety.
Edens has been first at least a couple of times, I think. Good
Yeah,
job.
she has.
Either
She
her
has.
internet connection is really fast or else she's got really fast fingers. One of the two. Good job. Good job,
Yep.
both. Yep.
Knife safety. Now, what this does is the knife safety kind of really hones in on the safety part for using both a pocket knife and a kitchen knife. So it's kind of combining what they've learned as bears and as webelos, and really focused on the safety there. So now let me ask you this: if your den or your pack did one of the knife safe or one of the knife safety adventures, pop a knife emoji in the comment.
There you go. Yes, I bet we're going to get a lot of knife emojis because, yeah, I totally could see how this would be one of the more popular events. With my son, when I was a Cub Master, he was extremely excited to participate in a little different format back then. But there goes Doug. Doug just chimed in with the knife emoji. Yeah, let us know, folks, if you've participated in a knife safety adventure with your Cub Scout pack. We had to go through, I'm sure a lot of folks have been through this with my son, a lot of discussions about how it's not a toy, right? It's a tool,
Right.
it's not a toy. One of the most important skills you can learn. There goes Rusty, Mrs. Edens again, Ashley. Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Carrie
Carrie,
says
this
they
is
go
a
to day camp.
great idea.
Yep.
Yeah, help let them earn those adventures, and then you put them to work using the skills that they just learned, which I
Yeah,
think is
that's
an awesome
great.
thing.
Very good job. Yeah. Good
Oh,
job, folks.
okay.
Our
We are
viewers are
going
coming
to
through great for us. As not, I shouldn't be surprised.
Yep. We are gonna go to another category, and this next category is where brain power meets hands-on fun, and we're gonna
Okay.
see if you guys can guess
And
them.
we've learned already that Sherry will slip a clue in there for you. Okay.
Yes, yes. This one's gonna be a little bit harder. What is this adventure?
All right. This is a lion adventure. Let's see who can
Mhm.
come up with this one the first. Yeah, Rob has a good point about pocket knives, ones that cub masters have to watch closely. I agree. Oh, Autumn. Man,
Autumn, yeah, Autumn got
wow.
it. It's Count on Me.
Autumn.
It's a
Man,
lion adventure.
I thought I
Awesome.
was going to have to vamp for a little bit, but no, Autumn
That was
bailed me
quick.
out.
Yeah, that was
Good
quick.
job, Mrs. Edens again.
Yeah,
Ashley, Carrie, Julie, Douglas.
yeah. Lots of
I don't
folks
know
getting
why.
it.
I don't know why I should never doubt the viewers. I don't know why I did that. Great job, guys. But tell us about
Yeah.
this adventure, Sherry.
This allows you to have hands-on fun with things like sorting, building, creating shapes. And so because it is sort of hands-on, it this is wonderful, I think, for the Lions, and this is why it wound up in the top 4. So, yeah, awesome. Awesome.
Awesome.
Okay. Let's see if you guys can guess this next adventure.
So let's remind everybody. Sherry has kind of grouped these in
Mhm.
similar themed. We went through fishing. We went through knife safety. Here is a very popular lion adventure.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, that's not lion. That's a mistake. This is wolf.
Oh,
Heir
that's
of the
okay.
Wolf. Thank you. You guys got it with even with
Oh,
me
look at
having the
that.
wrong title at
They
the
didn't.
top.
Yeah, they don't
So
even care. They don't need. They don't. It doesn't
I
matter
know
to them.
they don't need to know that. Yes, it
We
is
have
Heir of the Wolf.
we had a text
Yep.
error there, but the emojis are right.
The emojis are correct. Yes,
Right,
that's
right.
right.
So heir of the
And
wolf is correct. Good job.
yeah,
I think it was Mrs. Edens again.
yeah,
Wow,
there's
good
yeah.
job. Yes.
And what this adventure entails is they get hands-on with paper airplanes. They do everything from designing them, testing them, comparing them, like how far they can fly and all that. And this is just such a cool adventure. And this is one that even though it's just the only rank that has this is our wolves. This is a great thing to do as a pack meeting, like have a airplane paper airplane competition, and I think that would be just a great thing, a great fun activity that you could do, or you could do it on a camp out too. Might be a little easier if you do it as a in a pack where you have tables and stuff. But anyway, I think this is just a super fun one.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, very cool. Great job. Our commenters again all
Yep.
over it. They're not bothered with any kind of typos or mistakes like that. They can
Yeah,
overcome all that.
definitely. All righty, Brian, show us the next one. And
This
this is
one,
an Arrow Light
yes,
adventure.
this one is an Aero Light Adventure, and I do know this one, and we'll let some folks vote here. But I just love that things like this are in the program,
Mhm.
Sherry. I just think that it just makes a lot of sense. That
Yep.
item that you see on the left side of your screens there, you might be looking at that going, "Well, is that really a part of the program?" Well, it's a part of all of our lives. It's
Yep.
technology, right? And
Yep.
there we go. It looks like Julie, I think, right? Am I right,
Julie got
Sherry?
it, yep.
Yes.
Um, high tech outdoors, yeah, and I'm with you, Brian. I mean, we know, and that's one of the things that as we do research and such and look at the data, we know that everybody uses a cell phone these days.
Yeah.
A lot of our Cub Scouts already have cell phones, and
Absolutely.
so it makes sense. It's one of those if you can't beat them, join them kind of things. I
Right.
think a little bit,
Yeah.
but you can use those tools. You can use your GPS. You can there you can look at the weather to make sure that that when your camp out is nobody's going to get um be in some horrible weather outside. There's also apps that teach you how to tie knots, which is a great thing.
Yep.
You can, use your tech to just really improve your camping adventure. So that's why this is one of those top 4 for Arrow of Light.
Totally makes sense. Yeah, I love it. I
Yep.
love it.
All righty, let's do one more.
And that's that's an accurate look on my face right now because I don't know this one. I'm going to see if I can look it up. This is another,
This one's probably the hardest
this is another
of
Arrow
all
of
of them.
Light
Oh, look at
adventure.
Carrie go. Carrie got it. It's
Holy cow.
estimations.
How is that possible that she got that
I
so
don't know how
fast?
she managed to get it that quickly. Good job, Carrie. Good job.
Yes, good
Yep,
job.
Dawn got it too. Yay.
Good
Yeah.
job, folks. Yeah, Carrie,
Yeah.
Dawn, everybody who got this one right. Good job, Rebecca. Tell us about this adventure, Sherry.
Well, what this does is it helps the arrows of light sharpen their skills because they're estimating time, distance, height, and even food measurements. So again, a great skill to have. And they're, and because it is such a fun activity, that's why it wound up in that top 4. Okay, now that's all of this particular category. So if you are an Arrow of Light den leader, which do you think that your guys would want to do? Your Cub Scouts, tech or math? So high tech outdoors or estimation. So type tech if they would you think that they would enjoy the high tech outdoors, or type math if you think they enjoy the estimations more. Rob
Right.
says in his field we call it
Yeah.
guesstimations. Yeah, that
Well,
probably should have been the name of this
Rob's an engineer,
adventure.
I believe. So yes, exactly right. Yeah, good job.
Yep.
We're asking our viewers to talk. We're talking about the Arrow of Light Scouts, right? And
Yes.
would they? Do
Yes.
you think they'd be more interested in high tech or estimations? Ashley
Yep.
and Rebecca
Ashley
both
says,
say tech.
yep.
Ashley says high tech for sure. I think she means for
Yep.
sure. Yep, yep, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, another tech.
Awesome.
I agree, and I think, like you said, there is a little bit of a if you can't beat them, join them element, but there's also an
Right.
element of technology is a tool that we can all use to make our lives safer and better. And
Yeah.
why would you not do that if you have the opportunity to do that on your phone? One of the things I love about Scouts is that we also teach you how to use a compass just in case the phone doesn't work, right?
Right.
In
Right.
case you're out somewhere with no service. So we teach you how to start, just like you learn how to start a fire without matches in case that ever happens. We
Right.
teach kids how to use a map, an old-fashioned printed map and compass, just in
Yep.
case you're in a situation where you need to do that. So by having a technology adventure, we're not saying you don't need to do the old stuff. You still need to do
Right.
that. We're just
Yeah.
providing you another tool, just like a
Yeah.
pocket knife. We're providing you a tool.
Definitely. Definitely. Okay. This last category is kind of a mismatch. A mismatch. What am I trying to say here?
Mishmash,
That's what I'm trying to say.
mishmash,
Yes,
right?
mishmash. Yes, that's what I was trying to get out. Thank you for the assist there, Aaron. So these don't really fit in any particular category. So let's look at the first one.
So this may be the most challenging. We're saved the most challenging for last because
Yeah.
these are sort of different categories. But you can tell
Right.
this one is a line adventure. I do not know this off the top of my head, but I bet that some of our viewers can get to it before I do. I am clicking furiously away.
Yeah. Autumn. No. Yeah. Autumn got it right. Carrie was close. Build it up, knock it down, and it's a
Oh,
lion
so
adventure.
close, Carrie. So close.
Yes. Yes. Very, very close. And what the kids are doing with their adult partners is they're basically building something and then knocking it down. So, so that's always fun when you're a little guy. Build it up, knock it down.
I
So,
enjoy that. I and
yeah,
I, I won't say how old I am, but I still enjoy that, Sherry.
definitely, definitely. Okay, Brian. Oh, Julie said they're doing it on Monday.
Oh,
Awesome,
nice job,
awesome.
Julie.
Yeah.
Very good. Good job,
So
guys.
let's go on to the next one, Brian.
Okay. Obviously, this is a tiger adventure. This
Yep.
one, I do think I know this one, but I'll just let the viewers do first. Autumn, I think again, right?
Yep, Autumn got it first this time. Tiger tag, absolutely, yes, yes. And so what this adventure is all about is helping the kids stay active with fun games and relays while they're also learning about good sportsmanship. So I love that we've got that sportsmanship aspect to it as well.
Yep, yep,
So,
and obviously, any chance you have to let the kids get out and run around a little bit,
exactly.
that's usually good for
It-
an activity after school, and maybe they've been
right.
kind of in the classroom for a minute. Yep, yep,
Yeah. And especially, first graders, they're, that they need that. Let's wear them out before it's bedtime.
yep,
That was always my theory.
yep, yep.
Okay, let's show the next one.
This one I know.
It's a bear
This
adventure.
one I love. This one has existed in some form for a long time.
A long time. Yes.
It's been updated with everything else
Yep.
recently to become more fun, simple, and easy. Carrie again, I think, right,
Yep.
Sherry?
It looks like it, Carrie. This is Baloo the Builder.
Dawn, you're so close. Balloon the Builder. I appreciate your eagerness to get out as fast as you could, but it's actually Baloo, not balloon. That's funny.
Baloo the Builder. That was
Good
probably an
job.
autocorrect,
Probably
Aaron. It probably,
yes.
yeah, probably was.
You know
So
what? I'm going to give her credit for it. I think it
yes,
counts.
yes.
That's fine.
Baloo the Builder. This
Yep.
this was one of my favorite adventures that my guys did. But basically, they're learning how to use tools, and then they're going to build something. And, I still have my when my boys were, Arrows of Light at day camp, they built a chair. And so I've got that, and they built chests, and they built, so we've still got these little projects around the house that they built, which is awesome. Okay, now
Dawn,
let's
we
look
forgive you. It's okay. You did great.
yes, yes. No worries. Okay, so let's look at the last one.
This is the very last part of today's not competition really, but game, more of like a game we're
Yeah,
playing
it's a game.
to see
It's
who
a
can
game.
guess these the fastest. Yes, this is a bear adventure. I know this one as well. This one is a fun one, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really good one.
Roaring laughter. Douglas got it.
Nice
Good
job,
job.
Douglas. Yes,
Scouter,
very good.
yep. Now everybody's coming in. Yes, yes. This is a bear adventure, and it teaches humor and performance. So, and
Mhm.
that's one of the things you hear all the time about how one of one of the fear that a lot of people have is of speaking in front of others. And if we can get the kids up when they're third graders telling jokes and all that, then it's really going to help ease that because a lot, no matter what field you go into, there is a chance you may have to do some sort of presentation to somebody, and this just helps with that. So awesome,
Awesome, awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, this adventure has also been around in various forms
right?
over the years, but it's great fun. Scouts love to get
Yep,
up and do that stuff. A great adventure. I love it. Sherry, this has been great. What other information
awesome.
do we need to convey to our viewers today before we let them go?
Well, couple things. This is the 200th episode of Cub Chat Live, which I'm super that I you guys have done such a great job doing that over the years. So congratulations to everybody who's put this together over the years. So that is awesome. And then I wanted to just let you guys know about the our next two Cub Chat Lives that are coming up. On August 15th, which is next Friday,
Yep.
we have How to Welcome New Families. And I think that's going to be a great show because you do have new families. I know well, my husband was a Boy Scout for a short period of time, but, I had like 1 year of Girl Scouts, but I didn't know anything about Cub Scouting. So it's great when we can really welcome people in, especially those who have no scouting experience at all. So I think that's going to be a great one, so that we can be prepared when we're starting to get those new families in during the fall recruitment. And then on August 22nd, we're going to be talking about Scout Book.
Yeah,
So,
awesome, awesome. Look at Ashley. This is her first. Hey, better late than never, Ashley. It took you
yeah,
199 episodes. That's okay. We don't care. I do
no,
want to
we
say
don't.
to Ashley and others, if you're, and this is great because, I'm so glad you commented that, Ashley, because we talk every day before our show. We might have some people who have never watched our show before today. So let's make sure we sort of keep that in mind. And Ashley, I'm so glad to have you here. Hopefully you'll watch from now on. I do
Yep.
want to remind Ashley that we do have some archives. You can go back and listen to some old shows. Usually when I say this, behind the scenes, Brian magically puts up the URL. It's going to pop up any second now for our archives. We're there. Look at that. See,
Yep.
we just say it and Brian brings it to life. Yes. So excellent job. Next week's show, welcoming new families, critical topic. It sounds simple, right? But, we've learned that can be an issue for some families when
Right.
they join. If they don't get welcomed the right way, it's kind of a weird process. They can kind of get
Mhm.
left behind. So that's a really, really critical show. We appreciate you guys putting that together. Maybe, Sherry, as we let the folks go, I know we talked about possibly letting them comment with an emoji of their den's favorite adventure. How about this is what I think we should do. Sherry and I are going
Yeah.
to say goodbye. And as we wind down the show, go ahead and comment with your den's. I love that right there. Your favorite elective adventure. Is it one of the ones we talked about today? That's if it's not, now's an opportunity. You guys can create your own emoji, your own little combination
Yeah.
of emojis. Let us know what your favorite den's elective adventure is. What a fun show. This was a great, Sherry.
Awesome. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed it. I didn't want to just come on and read a list of adventures because that wouldn't have been fun for anybody. So hopefully this was fun for everybody.
I think your mission is accomplished. Thanks so much to Sherry and the rest of the team for putting this together. Thank you to Ashley and everyone else who joined in. Again, even after Sherry and I stop talking, feel free to chime in the comments with your favorite elective adventure. I'm going to suggest you use emojis, but you don't have to. If you just want to
You
type
don't
the
have
name
to. Yeah.
adventure, that's
You
fine. That's fine.
again, with us, Aaron, you and I wouldn't be able to come up with the emojis quickly
I
enough, so
wouldn't.
we just have to type the word. So
I absolutely would not. Oh, look at Scouter and Mrs. Eden. Scouter, Mrs. Eden, and Julie are already coming up with emojis. We'll have to translate
yeah, yep,
those.
yep.
Jennifer, good job. Keep those going. Keep those going even after we're done. But we really do appreciate, again, 200 episodes. We could not have done it without Sherry and Tamara and her team and Anthony, but we really couldn't do it without you, the viewer. Look at that. We just got a new viewer today for the first time. Hopefully we'll have many, many more. Someday we'll have our 400th episode, Sherry, and we'll be talking
Mhm.
about how great it is. In the meantime, between now and then, take it easy, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Sherry, so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in today. Be sure to catch next week's episode, same time, same place. And let us know how we're doing at go.scoutingmagazine.org/rate-cubchat. We love feedback and ideas for new episodes. And you can visit blog.scoutingmagazine.org/cubchatlive for all our past episodes. You can see us live, except it's recorded, but it was live. Okay, see you next week.